It was good, people. I just want to, have a daily reminder of there has been at least more than 24 race riots before the, whole Mike Brown and Eric Garner and situation shit. From 1921 until at least 1965, these are the ones that are in the history books, because who knows when they'll put the whole pumpkin patch riot from white people, and then the constantly, random riots that happen after random fucking sporting events that they love to do, but nobody ever likes to actually talk about, like, Penn State. Well, that riot was a quick blip on the media's radar, because you can't show a bunch of white kids burning up news vans and shit and jumping on motherfucking homeless people and call that a riot. They're just rowdy and venting their frustrations. And just like when the San Francisco was the Giants in baseball, I think won a World Series or a game or some shit like that, they rioted then too. But another quick blip on the radar. And matter of fact, if you turned on the TV, you probably wouldn't have known about it. You actually had to go on the internets to learn about that. But let's begin from the historical actual race riots. 1921, May 30th through June 1st, Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is the most famous because of Black Wall Street. And if you don't know why that happened, it is a quick clip of it was basically black people started building shit and being successful, and not including white people, or just building stuff on their own and being successful on their own. And what happened, white people got upset and burned the place down. Now let's jump from 1921, and there's more in between, but you had the 1935 March 19th, Harlem, New York, Harlem race riot of 1935. Same shit. All of these riots basically have the same fucking, the same reason why they happen. White people were upset black people were doing for themselves, and they did not like that. Whereas when black people riot is because, they're tired of people killing them and getting away with it. And, you're going to have people that say, what about black on black crime? Well, here's the thing about black on black crime. When black people kill people, they generally go to jail. And I'm pretty sure prisons were built and presented as, for PR reasons, as a place where somebody pays their debt to society. So if somebody goes to jail for committing a crime of murder, what's the point of rioting or, looting and shit? Because every time a murder that looks like you murders you, they go to jail. On the opposite end of the spectrum, every time, white cop or white person in general, vigilante, security guard, whatever, mall cop, BLART police officer, whatever, murders a black person, they get slaps on the wrist or get paid leave. Now I'm pretty sure, since everything's supposed to be fair and equal, I can see some kind of civil disobedience and property destruction following, following in lieu of constantly getting slaps on the wrist and paid leave. That's just me, because I think, unlike some people out there, which I have to think for you, like I said in the last video. But yeah, it's like I even post these in the link in the description, and you can look all of these up and see that they have a common thread of white people mad at black people for black people doing good, not actually doing anything to harm society, just black people doing good. And even though we have recent white riots of the Pumpkin Riot, and of course that got a quick blip on television media radar, but you actually had to go on the internet to see what that was actually about. Yeah, it was a pumpkin festival, and white people said, I'm gonna get fucking blasted, I'm gonna get hammered, man. Let's get plastered, bro, and burn shit and flip shit over. And that actually wasn't really called a riot or anything. Also to note, black people, when you come across, racist white people, don't try and convince them of anything at all. Like, it is, leave the respectability political arguments alone. Like, it is not gonna work. It hasn't worked. Black people have been trying to present themselves as better, upstanding citizens. The people who don't actually care. You can't make a monster grow a conscience. It just doesn't happen. You know, a robot, you know, unless it's a movie iRobot, you know, a robot just doesn't fucking, you know, Terminators just don't feel sympathy. They're programmed to either protect or destroy. It's not, oh, T-31 is feeling odd feelings. What is this feeling of sympathy? No, it doesn't happen like that. So, you know, if you must engage with these people, do all I like to do, just verbally abuse them. Don't talk to them respectfully. Call them names and such. Because no matter how well you articulate yourself or say big words or have facts, the facts don't matter, because they'll just give you made up memes and saying they're sourced when the meme isn't actually sourced, it's just a meme. Or they'll present you links from right-wing political sites, and a lot of people, oh, well, it's not just the Republicans that's racist. Well, that may be true, because you know, liberals have their racists too, but the thing is, the liberals are like the smile in your face racists, and wait till you turn around and stab you in the back. Where the Republicans are overtly racist, and, you know, kick you in the missile drop, kick you in the face as soon as you say hello, good morning, then claim they're being harassed and catcalled. So yeah, it's like, black people, when you come across these overtly in your face, and even with the, you know, the passive aggressive or diet racists, you know, just verbally abuse them. You know what time it is, and you should also know, like I just said, you can't make anything grow. You can't make a monster grow a conscience. Also, please stop with this throw your hands up and dying, and die-ins won't change anything. Like, sit-ins don't change any fucking thing. They just kind of make people pissed off at you even more, because now you're inconveniencing them because your black ass won't move out the fucking way. That is the only change that's gonna come, is like, you know, the change of a person, instead of yelling, they just want to assault you now. Like, think of better ways. Like, I'm pretty sure there are better ways to affect change rather than hands up, don't shoot, because they shooting your ass anyway. And you know, I do like the by the sports, the athletes, because, you know, we don't have many Jim Browns and shit in sports today. We got a lot of Kobe's and shit, and Stephen A. Fetchits. But, you know, the whole just of I can't breathe in the shirt, that's nice, but don't have that be the end of, you know, anything. Just don't go from, well, I can't breathe, wow, this is a movement, I can get noticed, let me throw in an I can't breathe t-shirt. That's nice. You know what else you can actually do? Form your own league. You get paid millions of dollars, and you still get treated like shit, because it doesn't matter how popular a black athlete is. When they want to take you down, they take you down. Look at Adrian Peterson and Ray Rice. So yeah, you know, you may have a lot of money, but, you know, the monsters giveth, and they will surely taketh. And if you want to constantly be, you know, subjected to monstrosities, I suggest you go from I can't breathe to I'm breathing in my own league. Look at me. All come together and start buying these teams. I know you. Oh, that might take more than you dribbling a ball or running up and down a football field. That's a lot. That's a lot. I know, and I know it's your money, because obviously you know, when, you know, in the community that basically made you popular, then helped you, you know, get noticed by the monsters, you know, cry for help. They can't tell you what to do for money with your money, because, you know, you made that money, but even though you needed a fan base for somebody to notice you, and after you got noticed, that's when you got propped up. And you stay relevant from your fan base, but fuck your fans, or, you know, fuck the fans. They're just stepping stones, right? Anyway, let me get all preachy there, but anyway, black folks, I know you're trying, whether you know, you're stopping, you're shutting down bridges and shit. But we gotta take this a little bit further. You know, for you black martial artists out there, hold self-defense classes. For you military vets, or you black military vets that aren't, you know, dipped in coon sauce, hold those classes too. Teach the youth about weapon and weapon handling, weapon tactics and responsibility, combat tactics. You know, when you should, you know, punch a person in the throat and when you shouldn't punch him in the throat, or when you shouldn't punch him in the throat as hard so you won't break their trachea. Do stuff like that, you know. I'm not even gonna get into the black church because they're full of shit. You know, you black tradesmen and stuff like that. Teach the youth, not just people in your family, but you know, Tyrone got a friend, you know, Damien. Teach them stuff, because you know, if you expect, you can't expect change from from future generations if you don't impart them with, you know, relevant knowledge of the now and the past. Because then they'll be like a lot of knuckleheads running around right now, don't know nothing, just reacting to a bunch of shit. And reacting is fine, but when you don't know how to react or why you're reacting, shit kind of gets out of hand. And when shit gets out of hand, then you just have more wasted dead bodies on the street instead of you know, people dying for something. We know we don't need any more, you know, wasted martyrs per se. If you're gonna die, at least have your death mean something. And black people, we've had enough dead people. Can really start having their deaths mean a little something.